Hello and welcome. I'm going to continue with another episode of the Táin today. I've been reading the Cattle Raid of Cooley, the Táin Bó Cúailnge. We are reading the Joseph Dunn translation. I'm going to share my screen so you can see what we're working with. And we have gotten up to 12b, I believe, the slaying of Reg the satirist. So today we are going to do 12C and 12D, the meeting of Cuchulainn and Finnbhar, and the combat of Munremar and Curie. So they're relatively short pieces, so we're going to put them on together on today's video. So here is told the meeting of Cuchulainn and Finnbhar. Let a message be sent to him, said Ailill, that Finnbhar, my daughter, will be bestowed on him, and for him to keep away from the hosts. Main a Hramil, father-like, goes to him. Main is one of Maeve's 7 sons, which all were called Main. But first he addresses himself to Laig. Whose man art thou, spake Main. Now Laig made no answer. Thrice Main addressed him in the same wise. Cuchulainn's man, Laig answers, and provoke me not, lest it happen I strike thy head off thee. This man is mad, quoth Maid, as he leaves him. Then he goes to accost Cuchulainn. It was there Cuchulainn had doffed his tunic, and the deep snow was around him where he sat, up to his belt, and the snow had melted a cubit around him for the greatness of the heat of the hero. And Main addressed him 3 times in like manner, whose man he was. Concor's man, and do not provoke me, for if thou provokes me any longer, I will strike thy head off thee as one strikes off the head of a blackbird. No easy thing, quoth Main, to speak to these 2. Thereupon Main leaves them and tells his tale to Ailill and Maeve. Let Louis go to him, said Ailill, and offer him the girl. Thereupon Louis goes and repeats this to Cuchulainn. O Master Louis, quoth Cuchulainn, it is a snare. It is the word of a king. He hath said it, Louis answered. There can be no snare in it. So be it, said Cuchulainn. Forthwith Louis leaves him and takes the answer to Ailill and Maeve. Let the fool go forth in my form, said Ailill, and the king's crown on his head, and let him stand some way off from Cuchulainn, lest he know him. And let the girl go with him, and let the fool promise her to him. And let them quickly depart in this wise. And methinks you will play a trick on him thus, so that he will not stop you any further till he comes with the Ulstermen to the battle. Then the fool goes to him, and the girl along with him, and from afar he addresses Cuchulainn. The hound comes to meet him. It happened he knew by the man's speech that he was a fool. A clingstone was in his hand, and he threw at him so that it entered his head and bore out his brains. He comes up to the maiden, cuts off her 2 tresses, and thrusts a stone through her cloak and her tunic, and plants a standing stone through the middle of the fool. Their 2 pillar stones are there, even the pillar stone of Finnbhar and the pillar stone of the fool. Cuchulainn left them in this plight. A party was sent out from Ailill and Maeve to search for their people, for it was long they thought they were gone. And when they saw them in this wise, this thing was noised abroad by all the host in the camp. Thereafter there was no truce for them with Cuchulainn. So as much as I don't like the boy, Ailill here is really trying to, and let me just point out, this is all on Ailill. Now I'm sure Maeve was aware of it or whatever, but whenever you hear tell of this story where Finnbhar, who is Maeve's daughter, is promised to Cuchulainn, guess who gets the blame for that? Guess who is the one who does all the messing around and promising of a daughter and all that shit? It's Maeve. And here we have Maeve's son, who is going out and not getting the response that he wants, so he's coming back. We have Ailill, Maeve's husband, who is offer him the girl as if she's a fucking piece of meat. And Louis is one of the heroes, who Cuchulainn maybe trusts more than Main, whatever, but he gets a response. Cuchulainn doesn't believe that it's coming from the king, so the obvious response to that is to send a fool in the place of a king. You know, like whatever Cuchulainn is, he's not stupid. So Finnbhar is not killed here. I don't think, I'm confused a little bit by this. She gets her hair cut off, thrusts a stone through her cloak and her tunic, and plants a standing stone through the middle of the fool. So I don't know if she was like stuck to the ground with a stone in her, on her cloak or her tunic, or whether she actually survived it, or whether he literally put the pillar stone through her. So that bit is unclear for now, but I'm sure it'll come clear with the rest of the Táin. Okay, so the next episode that we're going to look at is 12D, which is the combat of Monrever and Curie. Monremer or Monrever. So 12D, here the combat of Monremer and Curie. Monrever, I think I would pronounce that. It's very difficult when I'm looking at the Old Irish, because with my dialect, because I learned school Irish, but I learned from multiple different teachers who were in Old Irish, it really depends, because it's kind of being fished out of my brain from a very long time ago. So it really depends which teacher I had that year, who taught me certain words and certain groupings of words and certain patterns of words. So that's why my pronunciation of the MHs and the BHs and, some of the Gs and the Bs, which get H's after them, it can kind of change a little bit sometimes, so apologies for that. None of them are incorrect, but it does kind of shift around. It can be a bit slippery. But that is very normal. If you're trying to learn Irish, it's very normal. When you're learning from a range of different people, you're going to get that. So, I'm preparing you for the reality of learning Irish, but that's why. So, here the combat of Monrever and Curie. While the hosts were there in the evening, they perceived that one stone fell on them coming from the east and another from the west to meet it. The stones met one another in the air and kept falling between Fergus's camp, the camp of Ailill, and the camp of Nera. This sport and play continued from that hour till the same hour on the next day, and the hosts spent the time sitting down with their shields over their heads to protect them from the blocks of stones, till the plain was full of boulders, whence cometh Mac Clochar, the stony plain. Now it happened it was Curie MacDara did this. He had come to bring help to his people, and he had taken his stand in Cottal to fight against Monrever, son of Gerchen. The latter had come from Owen Macha to succour Cuchulainn, and had taken his stand on Ard, the height of rock. Curie knew there was not in the host a man to compete with Monrever. These then it was who carried on this sport between them. The army prayed them to cease. Whereupon Monrever and Curie made peace, and Curie withdrew to his house, and Monrever to Owen Macha, and Monrever came not again till the day of the battle. As for Curie, he came not till the combat of Ferdia. Pray Cuchulainn, said Maeve and Ailill, that he suffer us to change our place. This then was granted to them, and the change was made. The pains of the Ulsterman left them then. When now they awoke from their pains, bands of them came continually upon the host to restrain it again. So we've ended the curse here. And this is an interesting little snippet, because Curie, I believe, is something of it's kind of a mystery figure through Irish mythology, and definitely has more to him than meets the eye. And this seems to be an older story that's been put in here. And it is interesting that there's no transcription of the Irish either. So I'm not sure what the reason for that is, but it does kind of indicate that this is something outside of the regular kind of flow of the Táin story. And it feels like an older story about like a battle of giants, actually. There's the Nianachus in it, so we've got the description of how places got their names, but also there's land shaping in it. So it feels like something that's been kind of stuck in or tacked on. But it is interesting that it marks that bound, or that liminal point where between where the curse is being broken as well. So not 100% sure what's going on there, in complete fairness, but I feel like there is definitely something bigger happening within that story or that situation. So we're going to stop there for this video, and I will be recording a couple more now and setting them out. So hopefully you'll be getting more consistent content from me. I'm trying to do something every Wednesday, Friday and Sunday. So definitely get on the mailing list. Some of those will be blog posts, so definitely get on the mailing list and make sure that you don't miss out on any of that. And you can obviously like the channel and like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. It costs you nothing, but it helps me a lot. It helps teach YouTube that this is content that you want, and it's quality content and it's good stuff and all the rest of it. So if you could help me out by doing that, that would be amazing. And I will see you in the next video. Slán go fóill.